You ready?
Yep.
Hey guys, happy Friday. It's Rob and Dustin here from the Botcopy team, and we just launched a new feature called feedback. Now, it's important for your bot to collect feedback, and you can now do it in the middle of a conversation or at the end. So we're going to go ahead and walk you through a quick tutorial on how to set this up.
So first step, you go to the feedback section and you toggle this on. And you'll see right here, it gives you a few instructions on how to set up your intents to work with feedback. And you can customize your titles here and your thank you message. So let's jump over to Dialog Phone, see how this gets done. Let's say you're in the middle of the conversation and a user enters a curse word or expresses some kind of frustration.
And that happens quite a bit.
Right. Oh yeah. So here's Botcopy feedback in the output context. And just for reference here, if you look here, it'll explain how to do that. Those are the two different ways to use feedback. You can either add that in the context if it's in the middle of the conversation, or you can toggle end of conversation if you want to have the feedback pop up at the end of the conversation.
So you're using Botcopy's context to tell Dialogflow when to send these little feedback components, right?
Exactly.
Cool.
This response really lets the user know what's going to happen and then what's going to happen afterwards, because remember, it's not the end of the conversation yet. So let's take a look at how that plays out. We're going to go over our branding section because we can preview what the bot's doing over there. You are not a very good bot. And there you have it. The little intent that we wrote, the user can give a thumbs down and say, you didn't understand, or whatever it is they want to say. They'll go into more specifics than that.
And it had a little thank you message and then a little prompt above. So can you just show them in the portal where they can adjust that?
Yes, very important. So you can change this after they input their feedback. This little message comes up.
So I guess it's really important to look at that intent and customize responses before the feedback to add a little bit of context to what you're collecting feedback for, right?
Right.
Like in this curse word scenario versus maybe an end of conversation scenario, could you show how that might be a little bit different?
Sure. And by the way, you can see here once I refresh that feedback popped up right here.
Mm-hmm. It also has the user ID that you can look up in Dialogflow. So if you're setting some kind of context or have an authentication, you can cross-reference who you're getting these feedback.
Right, that's the session key. So you can actually go back and look at the whole transcript that was associated with this feedback.
But let's jump into the end of the conversation.
A lot of times the end of a conversation is marked by some sort of thank you. It can really be anything. In this case, you toggle this here, set this intent as end of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have
Another example could be the bot answered all the questions and then followed up with, is there anything I could help you with? And then the user says no. You might want to have a no as a follow-up intent there with the end of conversation to collect a little bit of feedback.
Exactly. There's so many different ways that a conversation can end. And that's the good thing about this, is you have the flexibility simply by setting this as the end of the conversation. The thank you example is pretty universal. So we use that and it says, you're welcome. Please help me get smarter. Every bit of feedback helps. Have a great day. And let's take a look at how that plays out. User says, thank you. Okay, and there it is. You're welcome. Please help me get smarter. Every bit of feedback helps. Have a great day. And in this case, they're going to go thumbs up, add a little comment of rich media. More
typo, but that'll be all right.
Yeah, just trying to create a real world scenario. Yay, green. We love to see those greens. But we also love to see the reds, because when you see the reds, it means you're learning.
Well, let's keep this quick and short. I know it's Friday and...
Well, make up your mind. Do you want to keep it quick or do you want to keep it short?
Both. Well, that's a wrap.